So, good morning, whatever. No, so anyway, we're gonna do this whole confession thing on camera, so that way we could just bust it all out, you know. um, so I'm here with the truth. Okay, so, and I pray that this is super relatable because, oops, I actually wanted to stay on this page. Um, I pray that this is super relatable because this is, I don't know, something that is true and something that is very much real. So, in my childhood, and maybe God is trying to dig up stuff. I don't know. It's all good though because I don't care. Um, okay, so um how do I even say this? I'm not trying to beat around the bush with anything. Um so in my childhood, I used to have good friends. I had really good friends. I had good friends. I had nice friends. I had good friends. We were really good friends. I knew their parents type friends, whatever. Um but so I wanted to talk about my first whatever with the same sex, if that makes sense to everybody. So, I was at the school and my friend, well, no, she was my friend. She was my friend. And if they just so happen to like watch this video, they're gonna know they're gonna know who I'm talking about. But anyway, um so this was my first same sex encounter type deal, whatever you want to call it. So I was at the school, not right over here, but anyway, so long story short, my friend like was trying to like kiss and like make out with me underneath the teacher's desk, and I was like, I don't know, I just didn't understand. Like, I was like, I don't know. And something just told me that like when she goes home, like she like something goes on there. I don't know. But I never judged her for it though. That's what I'm gonna say. I never judged any of my friends for anything that they've ever done. I'm always a friend, I'm always like, I just love people, okay? So I didn't judge her, and then it was just like kind of like that one little snippet thing, and then that was it. And then after that, like we just kind of like both got boyfriends that were in the same class and whatever. Anyway, that was that. Then so moving on, growing up, I had another friend, and the same thing, like whatever, it's not like full on like scissor mode or nothing like that. This was like in my younger years, like young. I was young, like fourth grade. Like that other one would had to have been like second or third grade. Third grade, I think it was the first one. Then either fourth or fifth for the next one. And they're totally two different types of people. They're just way different caliber of people. And this is why I feel like this story is so like relatable, and I'm not afraid to tell it because I love these people and they did amazing things with their lives. And, I'm not trying to bust nobody out. This is my testimony, whatever, truth or whatever you want to call it. So anyway, um, and then what was another one? Okay. So I think that was it for those things. Maybe there was another one. I think there was another one. But she was another good friend of mine. Like I think like I didn't expect this out of my friends. Like I thought like I don't know, it was weird. Like I never expect this out of my friends, And but I like I said, I did not judge them and I did not treat them evil or like, oh, you're bad, you're evil. No, no, no. I stayed friends with them. And then the only reason why we quit being friends is because after like I busted out my tooth and I had to wear like the fake tooth in there, I hated going to school. It was like terrorizing for me to go to school. So I just quit going to school, and then I would move schools, and then I had to go live with my auntie. And then like I just was just like didn't go to school, whatever. And so basically, I would have still remained friends with these people if had I was normal and been normal and had a normal upbringing, whatever. So, and then okay, so then this is kind of what shifted this story to come about. And I don't care who's gonna judge me, say whatever, say whatever. Okay, so okay, so there's on where this place that was I was living at, being at, whatever. There's these two girls, and they like go around, and they're like, I don't know, I don't know. But this is, I don't like, I'm not sitting here like, are they, like whatever, whatever. Okay, I was the type of person that I I would have, like, okay, the girl that I was in treatment with, everybody thought we were gay. Everybody thought we were gay. And I think that it was low key like their plan, the whole nine, like their whole nine, like the whole 9 yards. Like it was like their master plan to like get me sucked into like this whole scheme of whatever. And like that was me, because like, I mean, but this is my thinking. This is what I'm talking about. This is a Bible right here, by the way. So this is my thinking. Let's say that I was the type, like I was so done with men. But then, okay, but being in a full on, um, the fact that I can't even say this stuff. Okay, just being in a full blown girlfriend relationship. Okay, and then like letting that be my thing. Like I think that I would have led a lot of people astray. In all seriousness, I think that you don't know who's watching you. You don't know who you're influencing, and then we would be held accountable for that. This life is getting scarier and scarier. I'm just letting you know that now. Like, you don't know who you're influencing, you know, by you glamorizing like smoking weed or being lesbian or bisexual man or whatever. And these young people are so influenced as it is. So like, let's say I glamorized having a girlfriend relationship. I probably would have led a lot of people astray. I probably would have did more damage than good versus being like with a man. And I'm not saying that these girls that go around that do that, I'm not saying that they ruined people or they did whatever, because I don't know that. But what I'm saying for me is my type of influence, the type of influence that God has given me in my life. Like, I think that if I had went that way, I would have been suffering some kind of consequence. And I'm not saying that I wasn't talking about the people that live in this town. I'm talking about there's a different people, and it has nothing to do with these people. I'm not talking about nobody that thinks I'm talking about them. Okay. But anyway, so in all seriousness, that's what I don't know why I was just like meditating this morning, and I don't know why all this stuff just came to me. But the one thing that kind of like brought me super out of it was when I was with my ex, okay? And he he would see me around other women. Like, I was always a girl's girl. I'm always real, like I was real girly before I had kids. I was really girly. Like, I curled my hair every day. I kept myself together. I dressed really nice. My mom made a lot of money. I wore makeup. I dyed my hair different kind of colors, different kind of styles. I did a lot of stuff to keep myself looking good and stuff. And I didn't have a big stomach from all the kids and overeating and suffering through trauma and stuff. I don't, and so I had a lot of friends, like girls that were friends. We were all good friends. There was there was one evil little one in there, but anyway, outside of all of that, like he would watch me interact with my friends that were girls and the people that I was close to, and he would always call me a dyke. He would always be like, "Oh, you're a dyke B," or whatever. And I'm like, I didn't like that. I was like, "Don't call me that." You know what I mean? Like I'm like, I don't want you to call me that. I don't like that. And so from him calling me that, I just felt like I'm not that, and I don't want to be that. I don't want you to label me that thing. And so then it further like fueled me. But now I see why he would call me that. It wasn't, I don't know. I don't know. But he did it insulting, like to insult me. And it made me feel ugly. And so I would, I don't know. But I just want to be myself. And I think in my natural form, that who God created me to be, I would be better with a husband. And I haven't like put a lot of thought into like, oh, am I gay or am I bisexual? Am I a lesbian? Like these thoughts have never crossed my mind. I promise you. Like it has never, but for some reason, some weird reason, the past is being dug up. I don't know. And I don't really care. You can undig everything about me. You can dig into it, but I'll be the first to tell you the truth about my life and stuff. So that's all I have. But yeah, bye.